I am here in Washington, D.C. with Sophie Medina. We're at Rescue the Republic. Tell us about this event and why you're here.
So I'm here because I'm part of a firefighter group, and you know this movement is really one about unity, and it's called Rescue the Republic because we do have a republic to rescue. We have forces among us that they want to divide us, they want to keep us hurt and just be a disjointed nation. So this is really an effort to rescue the Republic, rescue the West, and our ideals, our values, and what makes America be the beautiful place that it is for so many people.
So I was down here in early 2022. You were here at Defeat the Mandate.
Mm-hmm.
And this event is, I believe, a follow-up to that, right? What are the differences that you're seeing between that event, which was really specifically about the COVID-19 vaccine mandates and how they were affecting people like yourself? What differences are you seeing between this event and that original event?
Well, I think that was so specific to the mandates. This is more of a unity movement of connecting the dots of how many of these things are actually linked together. Our health, our spirituality, the politics in this nation that continues to divide us. So to me, this feels like more of a longevity movement, that this is the type of people that we want to be, and this is the type of country that we want to present to our children. Is one of unity, is one of that we defeated the mandates and what came next.
So you were also speaking just recently in front of City Hall in New York, and you were talking about the about reinstatements for workers, for city workers, and other workers, private sector workers, who lost their jobs under the mandates. You were on leave under the mandates for quite some time. And you spoke very compellingly about the need to reinstate workers in the city. What about those? What about that issue? Are you seeing that addressed here? Are you seeing this kind of larger event address those very concrete issues that workers have who are still being affected by the mandates, having lost their jobs, and still seeking reinstatement?
Well, I think that the people that are speaking today, like Bobby Kennedy Jr., like Tulsi Gabbard, they've been vocal about the mandates from the beginning. So I do think that even though they're not speaking directly to that issue right here, it is all reflective of that issue and what has stemmed from that. And the overarching topic is freedom and what it means to everybody. And that topic of the mandate was bodily autonomy. It's freedom of choice to do what you want to with your own body, as long as it's not hurting anyone else. And what we saw from that meeting in front of City Hall, when we were talking about the former health commissioner, Dr. Jay Varma, what he admitted to was what so many of us were saying, was when he didn't think that anybody was listening, he was just talking to somebody that he thought he can talk to openly. He admitted what we knew. We had immunity from being exposed to the virus from working, and it was the same thing as getting vaccinated. And we were being pushed the narrative that was really meant to control us. And people should ask themselves why. Why were people trying to control us and our bodies?
When you're saying we had immunity, you're talking about firefighters and city workers in New York.
I'm talking about firefighters, city workers, basically the people that didn't get to stay at home during the pandemic. We actually put on our uniforms and we went to work.
Right. I hear RFK Jr. speaking on stage right now at this event. What are you looking for from this event and RFK Jr., all these people coming together in terms of, we have an election coming up. What are you hoping for in sort of more concrete terms to happen with the election, or to policy and legislative changes that this could put pressure on people to bring about?
Yeah, I really hope that with this unity movement that's going on between Bobby Kennedy, Tulsi Gabbard, J.D. Vance, and obviously Donald Trump, I really hope that Donald Trump can drain the swamp finally with the help of someone like Bobby Kennedy that really knows the inner workings of these agencies that have been captured through just corporate bureaucracy. And it's like the fox guarding the hen house. The agencies that are supposed to be regulating things, they're not actually doing that. They go back and forth from the FDA, CDC, and it doesn't make any sense. They work at Pfizer, then they come work for the FDA or vice versa. So I'm really hoping that that'll get changed because there'll be a person in place like RFK Jr. to be able to help dismantle or totally make the agency what it's supposed to be, which is supposed to be there to help the citizens.
So you're talking about in a Trump administration, RFK Jr. being able to root out the corruption, let's say, in regulatory agencies. We've talked before, and you have been throughout much of your life a Democratic Party voter, and you're talking about now hoping for Trump to be in office so that these changes can occur. What are your thoughts about that?
It definitely, I was all in for Bobby Kennedy, my personal choice, and I am still a registered Democrat. I never changed that because I don't feel like I changed. I feel like the party has changed around me. So it's just about doing what needs to be done and not worrying about party lines. Like at the end of the day, we're not tribes. We're Americans that should be working together to make it better for future Americans. And that's what I think. If Trump wins and he's committed to actually working with Bobby Kennedy, who they were very different in their politics, but they were able to see past party politics and join together to try to make America great, try to make America healthy. So I'm with that, and I can totally pivot from somebody that I was supporting in Robert F. Kennedy to the message of unity and working together to get what needs to be done so that we can live our lives in a free way and a healthy way.
Do you think that that's common among people who were Democratic voters or more on the political left in the past, in the movement of people that you're in contact with now who oppose the mandates, who are advocating for medical freedom? Do you think that it's common for those people to be moving to support Trump in this election?
I think so. I think there's either people that they're going to support Trump because Bobby Kennedy has supported him and they were following Bobby Kennedy. I think some people are checked out and are not going to participate because they don't believe in the process anymore. So I think it's a mixed bag, and I think it's important for everybody to still show up and vote, even though most of us don't believe in it anymore. But I'm a hopeful person. I'm an optimist, and I'm going to do what I can in my little corner of the world to try to affect change. And voting is just one way to try to do that.
All right. Any final words you'd like to say to people back in New York about this event?
Keep fighting. You know, we need the numbers. I know that the numbers are there. There are more of us people that just want to live harmoniously with each other than the rest that are trying to divide us by color, sex, or any political party. So I just think fight for what you know is right and do the next right thing. And let's hang on to each other because we're all we got.